श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु आविर्भाव महामहोत्सव की जय हो। All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayadmudiraye Nashtaprayestu avadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistuki Yam Syanubhavam Akilam Sutisaramekam Adhyatma Deepamatitir Satam Tamundam Samsarina Karunayaha Purana Guyam Tam Vyasa Sonam Upayami Guru Muninam. Reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila, Chapter 3, External Reasons for the Appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, by the mercy of Advaita Acharya, who is the combined form of Sadasiva and Mahavishnu, we are blessed today by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, Kripa. Advaita Acharya could see the declining condition of Kali Yuga and how this Kali Yuga was not only declining on its own way, but it was also affecting devotees so much. Even Vaishnavas were perplexed with the influence of Kali Yuga. Vaishnavas are those who follow and worship Lord Vishnu in an authorized way. The devotee of Lord Vishnu are called Vaishnava, the word Vishnu, and the follower called Vaishnavas. They are most compassionate people, just like the Lord himself. Even Vaishnavas were perplexed, and these teachings of Vedic Dharma, Vedic Varnasrama Dharma was kind of lost, and people were directing into different directions, and a lot of chaos, chaotic situation was created. So when in the beginning of the creation in the Kali Yuga, as people in the Kali Yuga normally are very much disturbed, they are very unfortunate, very short lives. And on top of all those, being unfortunate, very dull, dumb, and a lot of issues, they are always disturbed. Sada udvignam, always disturbing. There is always something that disturbs us in Kali Yuga. Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagya Yapa Udrita. Yapa Udrita means we are always disturbed in the society. So, in order to give a guidance, all these great acharyas, they study the Vedic knowledge, Vedic literature. It's very vast. To study Vedas is almost impossible for the people of Kali Yuga. We do not have time. We do not have knowledge of Sanskrit. Everything is written in Sanskrit. We do not have, we are struggling just for hand-to-mouth problem. So what is the question of getting realization, God realization, Atma, Sakshatkar, liberation? No time and no question, because that is not a primary necessity in this Kali Yuga. The primary necessity for most of the people is to how to manage your daily bread, how to maintain the family, how to live a life with a lot of struggles. So acharyas come, they churn all the shastras and bring out the conclusion in an understandable language to the public, so that people can take advantage of it and get unaffected by the influence of Kali Yuga. So in the beginning, Shankaracharya, the great Acharya, appeared and he wrote the commentary on the Vedic literatures, and he gave some idea. Hey, you know, God is none different from us. We are also actually Brahma, and the Lord, Supreme Lord, is also Brahma. But because of some illusory energy, now we are covered by that illusion, and we forget that we are suffering in this material world. This world is just it's just an illusory thing. It's not a real. So if you realize this fact, then you can get moksha, and when you get moksha, then you can become one with God. This kind of thought was brought by Shankaracharya in his commentary on the Vedas. And their Siddhanta is called Advaita Siddhanta, Advaita Bad. And later on, other followers appeared, great acharyas appeared in the line. And they also studied the Vedas, and they come to different conclusions. They say that, oh, yes, God is one without a second. That is okay, that's good, because He's the Supreme Personality. But this is not true that everyone can become God. God and we have a relationship that exists eternally. We can never become one with God. We always remain individual soul subordinate to that Supreme Soul. And we can realize that relationship by performing devotional service. Then when we perform devotional service, there is a give and take. There is a relationship between the Supreme Lord and the jivas, living entities. And this way, the philosophy got more developed, and people came to know that, yes, we are part and parcel of God. God is the supreme whole, and we are His subordinate, and we need to engage in devotional service to realize this fact. In this way, the philosophy is still more developed. When it came down to Ramanujacharya, later on, Madhvacharya came and added some more and brought out another conclusion. And in this way, It all the way came down to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu completely gave us a different and news and the best version of understanding about this Vedic knowledge, that we all are equally, we all have the same quality with God, but in different quantity. And devotional service, the loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord, with unflinching faith, with any ahaituki apratihata, without expecting anything from the Lord, but just engaging with pure heart in the chanting and dancing process of Bhakti Yoga, one can completely awake from this illusory state of mind and can attain a complete liberation, can return back home, back to God, and can be friend with God. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu studied all this because he is a Supreme Lord himself. He is not empowered, great personality like other Satyaves avatars, different other empowered incarnation. He is complete and full. He is none other than Krishna himself. And his appearance has been explained in different corner of the scriptures in Vedas. Even in Vishnu Sahasranama, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name is mentioned. Himanga. And Srimad Bhagavatam is also, his appearance is predicted. Yajna Sankirtana Prayai Yajanti hi Sumedhasa. In the Kali Yuga, Krishna Varnam Tusa Krishnam Sango Pangar Parsadam Yajna Sankirtana Prayai Yajanti hi Sumedhasa. So there will be a personality which is not like Krishna Varna. Krishna Varna is like Krishna, like a black cloud color. But Krishna Varna Tuisa Akrishna. He is Krishna, but he will appear unlike Krishna's color. Krishna is a blackish, Akrishna is non-blackish. Sanga Pangastra Parsadam, and he will be descending along with his associates. Along with his entourage. Even when Krishna came, he did not come by himself. He brought his river, his mountain, his cow friends, his gopis friends, his parents, his friends, everybody. Hey, let's go, party. Let's have a party in material world. And what does that personality, who is Krishna himself, but he does not look like Krishna, do? He will start the Yajna Sankirtanai prayer. He will initiate this Harinam Sankirtan party. And this will be known by or followed or taken by most intelligent people. Sumedhasa. Medhasa is a very learned, wise, intelligent person. But the prefix su makes the intelligent even more intense and very, very intelligent. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes in this Kali Yuga to establish this Yuga Dharma. Every Yuga has its own primary Dharma, religious trait, religious practice to achieve moksha or liberation. But in Kali Yuga, Upanishads has explained that Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam. And Upanishads are the scripture, they are the conclusion of all the Vedanta. So all the renounced personality like sannyasis who are at the last stage of their life, they meditate on the teachings of Upanishads and they embrace the renunciation and think about God all the time. They say that Upanishad says, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam, kalo nasteva, 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 gatiranyatha. And the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is given in the Vedas like Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Iti Sodaka Nam Nam, Kalo Kalmasanasana. These 16 letters, names of God, will be able enough to destroy all the pollutions, kalmasas of Kali Yuga. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Vedic mantras cannot be chanted by everybody else in different stages of life. One has to be very purified, it has to be sitting in a right position, and there is so many rules and regulations to chant Vedic mantras. So he make that Hare Rama mantra into Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Same mantra become same name, he just make it upside down so that everybody can take part. And this is the result of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's that mission. Here in Tucson, United States of America, we all are chanting the holy name today. It would not be possible if there was no Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not bringing this mission. And he uniting all the living beings together with this beautiful garland of holy name. Sutre mani gana iva. Krishna says that, right? Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartati. I am pervading everywhere, everything in resting in me. Just like this garland, all these flowers are strung in a thread. That is why I am here wearing this garland. And if the thread is broken and these flowers start scattering around. So that is the Krishna binding force in all the living being. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he descended, he came down from this beautiful Sankirtana movement, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And this mission is spreading because it was the desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It was the desire of the Supreme Lord himself. And it was carried out by his sincere followers like Sri Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, all the great acharyas who came in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the Sada Goswamis in Vrindavan, Jiva Goswami, he wrote all this tattva, sandarbha, Sada sandarbhas to explain further that Srimad Bhagavatam is the ultimate, the conclusion, that cream of all the Vedas, and whatever is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam are authorized. He was explaining after receiving the knowledge from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's and other followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave this sort of sandarbhas, how one should acquire spiritual knowledge. And all of us, somehow directly or indirectly associated with this mission, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, are the fortunate, blessed souls that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to distribute. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu opened the marketplace of holy name. Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan Pachyate Nagaram Nagara Kritan. Patyache. I messed up the words, I'm sorry. Nadia Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. In the Godrum deep of Navadvip Dham, there was great wealthy personality who is Mahajan means, Mahajana in Gatasa Pantha. Mahajan is a big personality, big hearted person. He opened the marketplace of holy name in the Nadia, in the Godrum deep. Pati Ache Jivera Karan. What was the line? Nadia Godrume Nityananda Mahajan Pati Ache Jivera Karan. That marketplace of the holy name opened by Nityananda Mahaprabhu, Prabhu the Mahajan, is the cause of the liberation of this all fallen conditioned soul in this Kali Yuga. This holy name is alone going to rescue them, going to liberate them from this contamination of Kali Yuga. So, it is very important to chant this holy name very sincerely. That is why this is the mercy, this is the gift of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the best gift. Golokera Prema Dhana. This is a love, the wealth of love of Goloka Vrindavan Dhama. Harinam Sankirtana. And this Harinam Sankirtan is powerful enough to deliver any fallen souls. Papi tapi jate chilo. Harinam uddharilo. Tara sakshi jagai madhai. Papi means sinful person. Jata chilo means anyone who can be a most sinful personality. You can possibly imagine to commit any kind of sins. So Harinam will deliver one from all those sins. What is the proof of that? Jagai and Madai. Tara Shakshi. This is the. See, if you don't believe, look at this Jagai and Madai. How fallen they were, but now they have been delivered by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by the name, holy name. They are the personification of the most fallen personality. They used to break the drum. They used to all the time drinking and make fun of devotees, and they stop them from spreading Harinam, do all kind of things. But ultimately they were also delivered by this holy name. So here, let me read something. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachidevi, be transcendentally situated in the innermost core of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Lord Krishna, the son of a king of Braja, is the supreme Lord. He eternally enjoys transcendental pastimes in his eternal abode, Goloka, which includes Brajadham. That Lord Sri Krishna, Supreme Lord, he eternally resides in Vaikuntha Loka, Brajadham, Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan Dham, and he has so many associates to enjoy his conjugal love and everything. And when does Krishna come down to perform his Bhauma, Leela, pastimes in the earthly planet? When? Says, once in a day of Brahma. He descends to this world to manifest his transcendental pastimes. Lord Brahma lives 100 years. Lord Brahma's life is 100 years. Our life is also 100 years, maximum. Sometimes some people can live more than 100 years. Like when you buy something, it says you have a 3 years guarantee, but after 3 years passes, you still uses this thing, it will still work for another couple of years. That's like that. When our maximum like age is 100 years, but if you are very healthy, if you follow a nice diet, maybe you can live 101, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. Exceptional. In Japan, you have a lot of population above 100 years.
Okinawa.
Huh?
Okinawa.
Okinawa. Maybe they are eating a lot of seaweeds.
They also smoke the most cigarettes and have the lowest lung cancer.
Yeah. So these things happens. But in average, Lord Brahma lives 100 years. And in that 100 years lifetime, Krishna appears in one day of Lord Brahma. In one year, 365 days. 365 days times 12 months times 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 100 years. And within that whole 100-year times, Lord Krishna comes once a day. We know that there are 4 yugas, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So these four yugas combined together make one Dibya Yuga. If you add Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali, make one Dibya Yuga. Kali Yuga has 432,000 years. Dwapar Yuga has more years. Treta Yuga is even more. Satya Yuga is more. Kali Yuga is the shortest, which has 432,000 years. And out of that, just the first 5,000 years is running now. All right. 71 Dibya Yugas constitute one Manvantara. So when we combine Satya, Dwapar, Treta, Kali, 71 times Satya Yuga happens, 71 times Kali, Treta Yuga happens, 71 times Dwapar Yuga happens, 70 times Kali Yuga happens, that makes one Manvantara. And there are 14 Manvantaras, and each Manvantara time one Manu rules. Right now, this is seventh Manvantara running, and the king of this Manvantara is Vaivaswata Manu. The name of the Manu is Vaivaswata Manu. Is the seventh one. It's very complicated and very long mathematical calculation here. And yeah, there are 14 Manus. In one day of Brahma, oh my goodness. These 14 Manvantaras, they rule in one day of Brahma. Can you imagine? In one Dibya Yuga comprises 4 yugas, Kali Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga. And when those yugas pass for 71 times, 71 times, that is called one Manvantara. And when such Manvantaras finishes 14 Manvantaras, then one day of life of Brahma passes. Finish. Now he's wake up another day. Second day. Third day. It's just like a baby, okay? Second day baby. Let me read here a little bit from Prabhupada. Manvantara is the period controlled by one Manu, which I already told you. The reign of 14 Manu equals the length of one day, 12 hours in the life of Brahmaji. Wow. And the night of Brahma is of the same duration, day and night. Maybe almost impossible in our calculation, but it is, yes. The present Manu, who is seventh, is called Vaivaswata, the son of Vivaswan. So when we take Sankalpa in any pujas, Vaivaswata Manmantare, Kali Prathama Charane, Kali Yuge, Bharatavarse, Mero, Paschima Parswe, Paschatya Dese, America Khande, Erjana Kshetre, Tusana Pure, Sri Sri Radha Krishna Mandire. It's like this way we locate our situation, position in this age. And if you want to hear those 14 Manus, let me read quickly for you. The very first one is Swayambhuva Manu, Swarochisa Manu, Uttama Manu, Tamasa, Raivata, Chaksusa, Vaivaswata, seventh. After Vaivaswata would be Savarni, then Daksha Savarni, 7, Brahma Savarni, Brahma Savarni, Dharma Savarni, Rudra Putra, Rudra Savarni, Rauchya or Deva Savarni, and Bhautyaka or Indra Savarni. These are the 14 Manu's name. And at the end of a Dwapara Yuga of the 28th Dibya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, it was just prior to this Kali Yuga. When Dwapara Yuga ended and Kali Yuga started, at the end of the Dwapara Yuga, 28th Dibya Yuga, Lord Krishna appears on earth with the full paraphernalia of his eternal Brajadham. See how rare it is, how rare that Krishna appears right at the end of the Dwapara Yuga. So, servitude, dasya, friendship, sakhya, parental affection, vatsalya, and conjugal love, sringara, are the 4 transcendental mellows, or rasas, by the devotees who cherish these 4 mellows. Lord Krishna is subdued. When Krishna comes, we can have our relationship in these 4 rasas. Somebody can be friend of Krishna, somebody can be parents of Krishna, somebody can be lover of Krishna. This way, there are different other 6 relationships are described by the acharyas that one can establish with Krishna. And observed in such transcendental love, Sri Krishna enjoys in Braja with his beloved servants, friends, parents, and conjugal lovers. Sometimes people think, oh, why should we become servant of God? I do not accept to be servant of Krishna. I am a free person. And you have a choice. You can be lover of Krishna as well. You can be friends of Krishna as well. You can be parents of Krishna as well, according to your mellow rasa. As Lord Sri Krishna enjoys his transcendental pastime as long as he wishes. Nobody can stop him, or none of the material rules and regulations stop Krishna to enjoy this world. He is completely free. Ethat vidadhatu lampato. He is completely free to do anything he wants. So he can stay 1 year, 25 years, 1 Dibya Yuga, or all time. That is up to him. So nobody can check him. He wishes and then he disappears. As soon as he said, okay, I'm done. I did my job here. This was the duty that I wanted to establish here. I am all done. Let me go back now. He is free to do anything he wants. After disappearing, however, he thinks thus. Once Krishna left this mortal world after completing his Bhauma Leela in after 28 Dibya Yugas of the Dwapara Yuga, at the end of Dwapara Yuga, then when he left, then he started thinking in his mind, oh, something is lacking in me. Okay, I want to do something. Knowing my opulences, he said, Krishna started thinking, for a long time I have not bestowed unalloyed loving service to me upon the inhabitants of the world. It has been a long time that I am only enjoying one way love, one way devotion. I have not let my well wishers to release this loving devotional service to me. Or I have not been able to understand or realize that these people have been serving for a long time. I have no idea that how much love do they have for me. I am very selfish. I am only thinking about myself. I want to share with my devotees. Without such loving attachment, the existence of the material world is useless. Even in relationship, if we see our family, if we do not have some kind of attachment to each other, then we break up. Father, mother, kids, there should be some kind of attachment. We all, every day we come to the temple, we have some kind of attachment here to this temple. Maybe to the deity, not to the wall, to the block, this brick. No, we have some kind of attachment to our deity there in the altar. Lord Nrsimhadev is here, Radha Krishna is here, Sitaram Lakshman Hanumanji is here, little Saligrams, Giriraj Govardhan, Prabhupada, Guru Parampara, Tulasi Maharani. We do have some kind of attachment for all this personality that draws us to come to this temple. So Krishna says it is useless if we do not have that attachment in this world. And everywhere in the world, people worship me according to scriptural injunctions. Krishna says in this world, everywhere. Not only in India. Everywhere people worship me. Maybe they have different name. They may have a different way of worship, but they do worship me. But simply by following such a regulative principles, one cannot attain the loving sentiments of the devotees in Brajabhumi. Just for following these regulations, for the sake of following, we cannot invoke that loving devotional sentiment that we have. Knowing my opulences, the whole world looks upon me with awe and veneration. When people say about God, oh yes, God is great. God is great. Yes. When some Indian people come to the temple, sometimes might see, they know that they are doing all kind of good thing, bad thing. They know, they understand, and they beg forgiveness, my Lord, and they turn around, and then they do ups and down. But devotion made feeble by such reverence does not attract me. By performing such regulated devotional service in awe and veneration, one may go to Vaikuntha and attain the four kinds of liberation. These liberations are sarsti, which means achieving opulences equal to those of the Lord; sarupya, having a form the same as the Lord's; samipya, living as a personal associate of the Lord; and salokya, living on a Vaikuntha planet. Devotees never accept sayuja, however, since that is oneness with Brahman. Sayuja mukti, to merge into the body of the Lord, is not entertained by devotees. Devotees want to have a personal relationship with the Lord. When you are lost in the Brahma Jyoti that manifests from the toe of Lord Sri Krishna, you are there for a long time and you do not have any reciprocal relationship there. You are simply in a trance, in a dormant state, no activities, just for peace and calm, and then just lost. Imagine that you have a big bungalow, very big palace with swimming pool, sauna, bath, nice swing, all kind of facilities in the palace. But you are by yourself in that building. You may be thinking, wow, I just got this house. I'm so happy. You might play for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. But then you start thinking, oh my God, if only I had somebody to share with, how nice it would be. I'm so bored and lonely. Other day I called my son from work. What are you doing? Oh, I'm very bored. I'm just walking around. Why are you bored? I'm just watching all the time. I'm very bored. I'm alone. Nobody is here. No interaction. And I says, okay, if you are bored, then you have options. You can chant. You can read Bhagavad Gita. Do so many other things. Write down something. Even like a child can realize that I am bored on my own, doing same thing every day. So accepting this Sayuja Mukti is really not appreciated by devotees. They reject, I don't want that. I want you, my Lord. I want to be with you. Now Krishna says, I shall personally inaugurate the religion of the age. Krishna started thinking, I shall personally inaugurate the religion of the age, Yuga Dharma. Nama Sankirtana, the congregational chanting of the holy name. I shall make the world dance in ecstasy. Realizing the four mellows of loving devotional service. See, this was desire of Krishna to bring this Sankirtan movement all over the world so that whole world could dance in ecstasy. Sri Sri Gaurnitai ki jai. I shall accept the role of a devotee and I shall teach devotional service by practicing it myself. When you are a spiritual master, you have hundreds of disciples around you. You are respected by your disciples. Srila Gurudev, accept my obeisances. Your Guru has a relationship, but it has a lot of barriers in between. Guru has to show by example. He should be very, very exemplary, very, very strict in following the rules, and always should maintain some distance from the disciples. But Krishna says that I cannot inaugurate this Sankirtana, Nama Sankirtana, if I do not personally become a devotee. If I do not take the role of one of my followers, then it is very hard for me to share this hidden treasure of loving devotional service. So I will take part being a devotee. I will personally act like a devotee so that nobody has the mood or feeling of awe and veneration, reverence. Oh Lord. Sorry. Unless one practices devotional service himself, he cannot teach it to others. People say, you have to walk, you have to walk your talk. You practice, you become a guru, you give lectures, you go home and you smoke cigarettes. Then you are not following what you are speaking. The Krishna thought, I cannot distribute it unless I first personally practice it. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise to religion at that time, I descend myself. This is the word from Bhagavad Gita. Jada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadat srijamyam tadat manam srijami aham. Aham means I. Srijami means I will be coming. When? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir. Dharmasya glanir means when religious principle is declining. Whenever. And in order to deliver that declining state of religion and protect his devotees, I personally come. And here Sri Krishna is thinking, now I need to come down again in order to teach this devotional service personally, being a devotee. Bhakta avataram bhaktakhyam namami bhakta saktikam. I need to incarnate as a devotee in order to teach this science of devotional service. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principle of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. This was Krishna's words. And here he says that if I did not show the proper principles of religion, all these worlds would fall into ruin. I would be the cause of unwanted population and would spoil all these living beings. See how responsible Krishna is. He's always acting like a perfect acharya. Yad yad acharati sreshtas tat tat evetaro janaha sayad pramanam kurute lokastad anubartate. When he was explaining to Krishna, Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, I do not have any duties and responsibilities in this world. I am not bound by these modes of material nature. I do not have to follow nothing. I am above everything. But if I act in that way, then people will learn a bad lesson from me. He was telling Arjuna, if you are not acting like a Kshatriya man, then people will follow your established principle idea, then everything will be going into ruination. So you have to establish like an acharya does. Whatever you do, common people follow. There may be many all auspicious incarnations of the personality of Godhead, but who other than Lord Sri Krishna can bestow love of God upon these surrendered souls? Therefore, in my company of my devotees, I shall appear on earth and perform various colorful pastimes. Krishna says, I will perform colorful pastime. What are the colorful pastimes? Different activities, devotional activities, chanting, feasting, celebrating utsavas, sharing realization, some kind of fighting, transcendental fightings, and having fighting with Jagai and Madai. Chance Kaji come to his dream and chastise him, and Chance Kaji will realize, oh my Lord, I'm so sorry. From today on, no one will stop you, Sankirtan. All these are colorful pastime of the Lord. Advaita Acharyas and Srivas Acharya's home, some people, envious Brahmin people, bring the paraphernalia of Durga worship, meat, flesh, alcohol, and put on the courtyard and sing, look at this Srivas, he is not a Vaishnav, he worships Durga, and with all this paraphernalia, they wanted to put it down. And he says, yeah, look at me, how fallen I am such a pretentious person. I am not following Vaishnavism, I'm just pretending. Of course, yes, you are right. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows that Srivas Thakur is pure Vaishnava, and they have just, their pastime continues. Nothing stops. In the beginning, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu select only qualified personality to appear and to take part in this mission because envious people cannot enjoy. Prabhupada says, when people have idea that you and me are same, after we get liberation, we can attain the position of God and we can merge with the God, they will not understand these personal pastimes of the Supreme Lord. So it is very hard for them to understand this thing. That's why they always think Krishna is empowered soul, he is not Paramatma. Somebody inside the Krishna who is speaking, who inspired Krishna to speak, he is the God that we are talking, not Krishna himself. That is the philosophy of Mayavada's people. Mayavadis. They cannot understand that the Supreme Lord, how can that be somebody like a Manusya? How can the Supreme Lord become a Manusya? So this is very complicated. They cannot understand it. Prabhupada says those people with this Mayavada thought, for them it's very hard to believe that Krishna as a person is Supreme Lord. They cannot accept it. Thinking thus, the personality of God, Sri Krishna himself, descended at Nadia early in the age of Kali. So right after Krishna returned, comes in at the end of Dwapara Yuga, after so many Dibya Yugas. So when Krishna comes, as soon as he returns, right following that Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears. Again, next time when Krishna appears again in Vrindavan, right after Krishna go back home, in Sudham, then again Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. These things goes on and on. It's like repeatedly happening. But in that time, many millions, trillions and trillions of years pass. But in that sense, we are very fortunate that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was just yesterday, only 500 years. We still have records, live recordings from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's not too far, it's not in previous ages. We were very fortunate. So that embrace this opportunity to become Krishna conscious and to practice devotional service and to have that same loving attachment that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally exhibited among his devotees and followers. Thus the lion-like Lord Chaitanya has appeared in Navadvipa. He has the soldiers of a lion, the powers of a lion, and the loud voice of a lion. Ajanu lambita bhujau kanakavadato sankirtanai kapitaro kamalayataksau Vishwambaro dujavaro yugadharma palo Bande jagat priyakaro karuna avataro. This karuna avatar means the incarnation of karuna, mercy. Ajanu lambita bhujau, long soldiers. Kamalayataksho, your eyes are like lotus-like eyes. Vishwambharo Dvijabharo, and you are the maintainer of the whole world and the Brahmanas. And Yuga Dharma Palo, you are the maintainer of the Yuga Dharma, the initiator of the Yuga Dharma too. That is.
Where is that verse?
Is it not from? I do not know. I heard it from many times. Maybe it is from Ajanu Lambita Bhujo Kanakabadato. Miss all research.
Maybe it's a CC verse. I never heard it.
Huh?
I never heard it, but it could be CC or Chaitanya.
Yes. Oh, yes, yes. Let me see. Ajanu. Verse 111 Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat.
Wow, that's the first verse. Amazing verse.
Yeah. Ajanu lambita bhujau kanakavadato sankirtanaika pitaro kamalayataksau Vishwambarau Dujavarau Yugadharma Palau Bande Jagat Priyakaro Karunavataro.
All translation.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, whose arms extend down to their knees, who have golden yellow complexions, and who inaugurated the congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord. Their eyes resemble the petals of a lotus flower. They are the maintainers of the living entities, the best of the Brahmanas, the preceptors of religious principles of this age, the benefactors of the universe, and the most merciful of all incarnations. It's a nice verse. May that lion be seated in the core of the heart of every living being. Thus, with his resounding roar, may he drive away one's elephant-like vices. So we need to establish Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the deeper chamber, in the core of the chamber of our heart all the time. And then we walk with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna upadesha. We should go everywhere and we meet everyone, whoever we meet, we should preach this message of God. And then we should chant Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and practice Krishna consciousness under his guidance. In his early pastimes, he is known as Vishwambara because he floods the world with the nectar of devotion and thus saves the living being. And later on, he is known as Sri Krishna Chaitanya. He blesses the whole world by teaching about the name and fame of Lord Sri Krishna. That is the only business of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Knowing him like Lord Chaitanya to be the incarnation of Kali Yuga, Garga Muni, during his naming ceremony of Krishna, predicted his appearance. What did he predict? This boy, Krishna, has three other colors, white, red, and yellow, as he appears in different ages. Now he has appeared in a transcendental blackish color. White, red, and yellow, these are the three bodily lustres that the Lord, the husband of goddess of fortune, assumes in the ages of Satya, Treta, and Kali, respectively. In Kali, yellow. Krishna Baranam Tuisa Krishnam Sangupangastra Parsadam Yajna Sankirtana Prayirajanti Sumedasa. So, Sumedasa, like Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Sura Goswamis, Jiva Goswamis, all these acharyas, great, great personalities, appeared and took this mission. Lord Shiva personally came to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in my Navadvipa Dham. When Nimbarka Acharya was preaching the message of Bhagavatam, Lord Shiva appeared to him. He personally came to hear this Bhagavad Katha started by Nimbarka Acharya in Navadvipa Dham. There is a call Rudradip from his Lord Shiva's name. The island is known as Rudradip. And Lord Shiva predicted the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at that time too. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was performing his pastime, and Lord Shiva had to run down, so he was not able to come with his bull, Nandi. He had to borrow Lord Brahma's swan to quickly arrive in Navadvipa Dham. Because swan can fly very fast. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is still performing his pastimes with his devotees. Srila Prabhupada, Sri Chaitanya Mano Avistam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale, in order to establish the innermost desire of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on this earthly planet. Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Suparantikam. This great Goswamis, when will you bestow your mercy upon me? Who could understand the innermost desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and establish the principle on this planet? Be merciful upon me. That's the prayers. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayan Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Gurau Sri Uta Padakamalan Sri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhan Vitamscha. This is our Guru Parampara Pranam Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Patita Pavana Hetu Tava Avatara Mosama Patita Prabhu Napai Be Ara. Your main reason is to deliver the fallen, and I don't think that there is anyone more fallen than me. So I will be the rightful heir to be delivered from your mission, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We should have this mood, this feeling. Hari Bol Prabhuji. I'm sorry to go long. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna, Hare